action still continuing the UEFA Champions League for tonight. Joining us to actually look at all those activities that will be coming up later in the day. Welcome to 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. We have my man in the studio, Abdullahi Kabir, good to have you.
Great to be
and
here.
also Abdurrahman Zubairu, good to have you too.
Nice to be here.
Let's roll straight to the world of sport as we quickly start from the home scene. The final lap of Nigerian women football will be coming up today as we speak right now. Matches are ongoing in different centers in Nigeria. Let's look at the fixtures. Nasarawa Amazon, they are right now taking on Niger Rattles as they are playing their game right now over there at the Truco Buratai Snake Farm at Kefi. Well, that match is ongoing as we speak. Nasarawa Amazon versus Niger Rattles is ongoing. The Pelican Stars will be actually taking on Adamawa Queens or Osun Babes versus Edo Queen, the table topper in that group. That's in Group A now, week 14, the last match, final match of the Women League. Now we move away to Group B. Let's look at the fixtures that is also ongoing right now in Group B. Talking about Group B result, actually fixtures coming up there. Well, matches are coming up in different locations in Nigeria for the women, and we just have to look at how these women are playing. You look at Nasarawa Amazon, they are playing in Kefi right now against Nigeria. Nigeria is a team from Abuja, and they are trying their best, although they are standing third on the log for the Group A. Because of the fact that the top three will qualify for the Super Six, where we have Nigeria Tels, Nasarawa Amazon, and Edo Queens in Group A, and in Group B we have Rivers Angels, we have Bayelsa Queens, and also we have Delta Queens, all qualifying for the Super Six. They'll be fighting for the best team in the season because it's an abridged league. But the battle for tonight is the fact that some teams they don't want to relegate, so they are fighting for their life to stay in the NWFL.
Yeah, there's a lot to play for today. It's the final round of the league, Group A, Group B season. There's topping the table battle, there's a relegation battle, and there are a couple of derbies today. So women's football has been developing in the country, and we are all looking forward to seeing how and who qualifies to the Super Six, which is the
already that one has even been known because from the way it is, it's confirmed that those six will be. But that's the biggest one is the fact that the battle for relegation, because those six teams I mentioned earlier, they've all scaled through. But at least let's see who stands top, who stand before the Super Six, and then who are the people, the teams relegating, because it's tough for some teams like Adamawa Queens. Adamawa Queens now, they also have to up their game. In fact, from the way it is, you have Osun Babes too. They have to. All these teams need to really come up with Osun Babes versus Edo Queens, Adamawa versus Pelican Star. Adamawa and Pelican Star have not been too fantastic so far this season. Pelican Star seems to be the most woeful team in this particular group, and you look at the fact that they are not being able to at least square up against other teams, knowing fully well that they have a lot of history behind them before, but now it's no longer there.
Yeah, even it's the final round, so they have to up their game at least for their fans who have traveled, have supported them all season. They need to do well to prove themselves in this game, having had a very disappointing season by their standards. So they need to really step up. The relegation match as well, no team wants to go down, so they have to put up a fight. Like, this is the final round, like, you have everything to play for. Your coach, your fans don't want to let them down, so they need to really fight for their lives and stay in do not get relegated.
Well, we've been looking at, okay, you have something to say there.
One interesting thing about relegation battles in the final round of a league is the teams that are fighting for relegation have really nothing to lose. They can go for it and see where it gets them at the end of the day.
Okay, we'll be looking at Women Football League that are actually ongoing right now. 6 matches ongoing, Group A and B, and we just have to look at who stays on to the NWFL, who goes down. Well, we bring you on our subsequent edition. Those teams actually stay in the NWFL. While the women are playing their football, the men too are playing NPFL, Nigerian Professional Football League, is also ongoing in 7 centers in Nigeria. Looking at the fixtures, Shooting Stars, they are actually holding down Gombe United over there in Ibadan. Lekon Salami Stadium in Ibadan is a place to be, as right now the match is really going well. Kano Pillars, Aqua United, big match there. 2 giants facing each other. I have Enugu Rangers also. They file out against Katsina United. You have Eyimba versus Abia Warriors. It's an Oriental derby between the two teams. Who will win between Abia Warriors and Eyimba? Anytime they meet, it's always a tough one. Dakada Kwara United in Uyo. You have Remo Stars. Remo Stars will be playing against MFM over there as they play in Ikene to host the team from Lagos. And Nasarawa United at the New Jos Stadium in Jos, Plateau State are hosting Atlan FC. Atlan just have to be careful because Nasarawa United seems to be away from home. They want to justify the fact that yes, Plateau is so close, and they want to use that to win their game.
Yeah, every team wants to play in front of their fans. Nasarawa United now playing in Jos. Yeah, it's home away from home. The distance between Nasarawa and Jos is not far, so the fans can travel to come and watch the game
And support them.
So they won't really miss home because Jos and Nasarawa, it's home away from home. It's not really far, and the fans should make it there.
Well, from the way it is right now, the NPFL seems to be a big one because match day 21 is here and they have to up their game. Teams that wants to stay up there. Well, it's been a good one for Rivers United, Plateau United. They are really showing their class in the NPFL. You look at the two teams seems to be topping right now. Although it was newcomers, that's Remo Stars were there for some time, but before they drop. But right now, Rivers Angels are showing class and they will be playing their own matches tomorrow. Talking about Plateau United and also Rivers United. But for so far, so good. It seems to be really knocking at standing top of that league.
Oh yeah, they're doing very well. They're having an outstanding season. Obviously, they're not used to being there. Usually, Enyimba used to dominate Kano Pillars in the past, but these days they're doing the Rivers United. They're doing very well. So hopefully, they can carry it on till the end of the season. Like you said, the newly relegated team, Remo Stars, they were there for a bit, but their lack of experience really showed. So they've fallen off a bit. So it's an interesting title. It's like a change of the power hierarchy there. Not the old teams that used to be doing well historically, they're no longer there. Some other teams are taking over. So it's good to see for the NPFL. It's really developing, yeah.
Yeah, when there are new competitors in the league is always exciting to watch. We don't want to watch a league where 2 or 3 teams keep on dominating over the years.
When it's not German Bundesliga. Or French League One, that you can always predict the winner of the league. But this time around, at least we're having a different ball game. Yes, recently, Plateau United, they were there, they won it. And also we know what Rivers United can do. But at least not having the usuals like Eyimba, Kano Pillars, Aqua United, now also trying to struggle to even be at the top. That shows that really the league is different this time around.
Yeah, new competition,
very competitive.
Breath of fresh air in the league. And that gives hopes to other teams in the league that if they can do this and break into the top teams in the league.
To go and play matches outside their territory, but at least traveling on a very busy road in Sikol and all that, and still they're still able to perform their duty as professional footballers. That's really amazed me.
Oh yeah, that shows their dedication and commitment, like, to the game. Like, despite all the what do you call adversities, like insecurity, bad roads, everything.
To do that in these situations, bad road and the insecurity and whatsoever, it's highly commendable.
Highly commendable. We've been looking at the NPFL match day 21 is here, and a lot of matches are coming up. 7 matches in 7 locations coming up right now. Nasarawa will be host. They are already playing against Atlan at the New Jos Stadium. Now we look at CAF. Let's talk about Africa. Well, the World Cup is coming up in Qatar 2022, November, December. But from the way it is, well, some referees from Africa have been listed by FIFA. And now let's look at those referees that will be flying high the flag of Africa over there at the World Cup. Just 8 of them right now. Algeria, they have Mustafa Gabal from Algeria, Redouane Djihad from Morocco, Papa Bakari Gazama of Gambia, And you have Tesema Balmak of Ethiopia, Victor Gomez, South Africa. You have Janice Ikazwe of Zambia, Magwete Ndiaye from Senegal, and Jean-Jacques Ndala from DR Congo there. Well, those are the rather the ref that will be at least refereeing games over there at the World Cup. Well, at least we have 8 of them. So painful, no Nigerian referee is picked. It seems is it that FIFA don't really have, they don't really believe that we can refer games or what?
Honestly, it's like they don't rate Nigerian referees, or maybe they don't trust them to give a fair and fair match.
I don't think it's about trust.
Okay.
I think it's about performance.
Okay, performance. Okay, yeah, but they've selected one referee from each nation, maybe separate regions. So just 8. Surprising a bit. I know there's been controversy about referees, like black referees. They don't really select them that much. Even Premier League matches have been controversy. So maybe FIFA are trying to like bring more of them through, like from Africa, 8 of them from 8 countries. Surprising, no Nigerian, man. There's a question mark there, but maybe next time.
You should answer that question mark.
Maybe the Nigerian referees can improve their performance in the National League level. Then they get selected to officiate in the CAF level, and from there the FIFA will definitely select them. Refereeing, we know it's not an easy job. So my advice for the Nigerian refereeing body is just to up their game.
They need to up their game, because if you look at the fact that most of the times we see issue of referee not at least be at their best when they refer games. They are found wanting of either collect bribe or not referring well. There are so many mistakes here and there. You watch matches, you'll be like, is this ref not seeing what is happening? And they will just throw away their faces and they will not even say a word or blow rather. So it's not really so good for our football. Maybe all these issues that has to do with our officiating, that's why we don't have one person that could at least, I'm sure we have a lot of good ref in Nigeria that could have been picked.
I'm disappointed in FIFA. Like Nigeria, Super Eagles didn't make it to the World Cup. Why not allow one referee represent us at the World Cup?
But like the referee, you know, at AFCON, I think it wasn't very good. Like when I was watching the referee, he tried to, was so egotistical, emotional. Like if you just, I think, we give you a yellow card, red card. I wasn't really saying, this guy, like, focus on the game. It's not about you. Like him and the players, very confrontational. Like he was ready to fight the players. So maybe FIFA were looking at that and they were thinking, should we really take these guys to the World Cup at the highest stage of football?
What would they do and all that?
Exactly.
Apart from the major incident, the refereeing incident that happened at the African Cup of Nations, where the referee blew the final whistle before time, I think the quality.
They still picked him. They still picked him because he said he had an issue with his health. He wasn't seeing well, or the body was all there about.
So he wanted to finish the game early.
He was rushed to the hospital.
I think like the quality of refereeing at the AFCON was okay. It was okay, considering people that watch the Premier League will tell you it's okay, because in the Premier League every week it's controversy after controversy. So at the African Cup of Nations, the VAR, they used it very well, and I was impressed actually with the refereeing performance at the African Cup of Nations.
Good one there. Let's move on. Let's quickly look at matches for this for today over there in EPL. Well, Burnley will also be playing. Let's look at the fixtures there in the English Premier League. Burnley, Everton. Will Lampard be able to at least save his team today or tonight? That's the question to answer by Lampard and his boys.
Well, if Lampard wants to turn his season around, this is the match. He has a chance to start that process in this match. Burnley are currently second from bottom. Lampard is just 3 points on top of the relegation zone. So he wins this game, it's 6 points. This is just the right match and right time to push and turn this season around. If he can turn this season around and keep Everton in the Premier League, next season he has a fresh start, and let's see what he can do.
Yeah, relegation battle, honestly. Everton should be nowhere near that relegation battle, so they need to, this is a must-win match for them, I believe, to get out of there. Lampard, you can see he's really struggling, like compared to his other former ex-players. We've got Vieira, he's doing well at Palace. Gerrard, he's doing okay at Aston Villa, but Lampard seems to be struggling very much at Everton. So this is a must-win match for them against Burnley.
I think the reason why he's struggling is when he came into the team was in shambles. Nothing was going well at the team. Of course, Lampard did well in Chelsea's first season. He got them to the FA Cup final, top 4 finish. Second season, a couple of things went wrong, and he got sacked.
Look at the players they have to Everton, like
Yeah, exactly.
Dele Alli,
Everton
these
are
are
very
players that should be fighting relegation. Like these are players that have played in Champions League football. Dele Alli, look at what is it, Dinia? Okay, they sold Dinia, Richarlison. These are quality players. They
yeah,
should be fighting
Everton
relegation.
are a very, very interesting team because they appoint some of the best football managers in the world. They've appointed Koeman, they've appointed
Okay,
Roberto
guys,
Martinez.
you just have to save your energy. Let's go to the big one quickly. Well, I'll be a match. I'll be coming up in Germany too. Quickly, let's look at that game before we go to UEFA Champions League. Mainz 05 against Augsburg will be coming up in the Bundesliga also tonight. That will be another match to watch. Augsburg defeat Mainz 05. They should answer that question. Now, let's go to the big one. UEFA Champions League, where you guys have been reserving your energy. Let me see. It's going to be a big one. Chelsea, Real Madrid. That's the match a lot of people are waiting for. What's going to happen between Chelsea and Real Madrid? Talking Champions League now, you have Villarreal, Bayern.
Okay, but yeah, first with Chelsea, Real Madrid, that's a very big match. Very hard to predict. I think both teams, like, they've been a bit inconsistent. Real Madrid maybe have been more consistent this season, but Chelsea, coming from a shock result at the weekend, they lost 4-1 at home to Brentford, with obviously everything going on behind the scenes. So you never know which Chelsea is going to turn up. Real Madrid too, they've been a bit inconsistent, but Benzema is back. He scored 2 in the weekend. I think it's a bit 50-50, or maybe I would say 60-40 in favor of Real Madrid. Because the way Chelsea are going, I feel like Real Madrid, with their experience and having beaten PSG in the last round, to come to Stamford Bridge is a tough match. But I feel like Real Madrid will do the business.
Yeah, it's Chelsea versus Real Madrid. It's the rematch of the last season's Champions League semi-final. We don't really know what to expect from both teams. Like you said, both teams have been inconsistent. Chelsea lost 4-1 to Brentford at the weekend. Very tough game for them, and Tuchel actually admitted that it was his fault. He switched formations. He played 4-3-3 at the weekend, and it was costly. The only positive you can take from that match, I know there aren't many positives you can take from losing 4-1 to at home to a newly promoted team, but the only positive Tuchel can take from the match is he got to rest a couple of players. Jorginho didn't play. Kovacic played about 20 minutes. Pulisic didn't play. Christensen didn't play. Yeah, so hopefully these players are fresh.
Is that really an excuse to lose 4-1 to Brentford at home?
No, it's not. It's not an excuse. That's why Tuchel himself admitted to using the wrong tactics. My own is that the only positive losing 4-1 at home to a newly promoted team is that he's rested players and they are prepared to go.
Are you sure you're not biased as a Chelsea fan?
Maybe I'm biased, but we saw the matches last season. Like you said, they are 50-50. Although last season it was a different manager. It was Zidane. Last season Real Madrid tried to.
And Real Madrid are in better form now. I believe Vinicius is doing very well. Benzema is
not really. Well. Real Madrid have not been in better form.
They are in better form, I think, because La Liga, they're topping La Liga 12 points clear, even though Barca have a game in hand.
They are topping La Liga, but recently, even the match at the weekend, it wasn't all straightforward for Real Madrid.
They scored 2 penalties, they won.
They needed 3 penalties to win that game. It wasn't really straightforward for them. Even in the last round against PSG. For like 60 minutes in the second half, Real Madrid were nowhere to be found.
But when it mattered, they showed up. Honestly, I'm not convinced by Chelsea this season.
Collapsed.
Look at Lukaku. Lukaku came in summer, hasn't done much. Who else? Werner, second season there, hasn't done much. Ziyech, sometimes you score a goal. Chelsea are not convincing this season, honestly. Real Madrid are more convincing, even though they lost El Clasico. Okay, they lost it 4-0 the other time, but it doesn't really change much. They're still 12 points clear.
Just like the 4-1 defeat Chelsea got in the weekend against Brentford. I just think it's a blip. It wouldn't affect this match very much.
Well, it's interesting, but I don't know. Chelsea, I haven't really been convinced with them this season. Real Madrid, obviously, with their history in this competition, they know.
Okay, let's look at. Okay, even though you guys want to take it that argument over Villarreal, Bayern.
Okay, Villarreal, Bayern. That's an interesting match, but I think Bayern should be favourites for that match. Yeah, Bayern should be favourites.
What team turns around?
Yeah, Villarreal. You remember that upset against Juventus in the last round? They beat them 3-0 at home. But this is Bayern Munich. Different ball game with their experience in this competition. Lewandowski.
Yeah, we expect Bayern Munich to go through in this round. but Villarreal, you can't rule them out. And the match in the last round against Juventus, it wasn't an upset. Villarreal deserved to win that match.
They did on the pitch, but yeah, if you look at Juventus with their history, with their quality players, you didn't expect them to lose 3-0 to Villarreal at home in their own stadium. So that was a bit of an upset.
The only chance I gave Juventus to win that match was if Chiesa played, and unfortunately for them, Chiesa is out for the season.
But Bayern, I don't know, Bayern, I feel like with their quality players, with their experience, Lewandowski, the goal machine.
We expect Bayern to go through because of the quality in attack. But defensively, I don't think they are as strong as they used to be. Villarreal have this manager, Unai Emery. Europa League master, although he has not gotten past this stage in the Champions League, he's never gotten through to the semi-final. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Maybe Villarreal get a draw tonight.
If they can hold them in their own stadium.
Because we've seen it's possible to get a draw against Bayern Munich. We saw what Salzburg did in the last round.
Oh yeah, it's possible if they can hold them in their own stadium and go to second leg, do well. Villarreal have some good players. Chukwueze, even though he doesn't perform for Nigeria, but he's a good player, I think. Yeah, Danjuma, who chose to represent Netherlands, even though he was born in Lagos. So they have some good players there. What's the other guy's name? In defense too, they have some
Pau Torres,
Pau Torres, exactly. So they have some good players.
And one interesting thing about Villarreal this season in the Champions League is that they've not won a home game, and they play Bayern Munich today at home. So you can see how did they find themselves in the quarterfinals of the Champions League without winning
the two gentlemen, they've been talking concerning the UEFA Champions League that will be coming up tonight. Well, Bayern will be playing Villarreal, and you have Chelsea versus Real Madrid. A big one at Stamford Bridge, and also at the Cauldron. Let's see who wins that game. We'll be bringing you more concerning that on 360 Sport. The last story before we go, Lazio are ready to splash the cash 25 million euros on Paul Onuachu, the Nigerian player, a striker who plays for Genk over there in Belgian Jupiler League. He wants to move, but from the way it is, he has scored 19 goals so far this season in 29 matches, and Paul Onuachu could be the player that Lazio will be bringing to Stadio Olimpico in Rome. If they want to buy him, they need to cough out 25 million euros, according to Genk of Belgium. Well, good one for Onuachu, who has been in terrific form so far this season for his club. That's it on 360 Sport. Thank you very much for coming on the show, Abdullahi.
Great to be here once again.
And you, Abdurrahman.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's always business and fitness. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.